Love, peace, and light. Christina Ariel here. A late night chat. Yeah. It's going to be interesting. Well, I'm sitting here. I was having a talk and with an acquaintance, and we were talking about the many different stages of life that you have your epiphanies in, like your Saturn returns and all of those kinds of things, all those life-changing or earth-shattering movements in your chart. So I'm sitting here. I don't know what time it is. It's probably like 10 o'clock, maybe. And it's really, really strange because I've had many ascensions in the last year, in many phoenix risings. I was thinking, when I first learned about these things, I was thinking you only get one of each, or you only get one awakening and things of that nature. You get many of different things. It just depends on how advanced the soul is and what you're here to do. And that gets even complicated within of itself. But onward and upward, James. Yeah. This is beginning to be very, very interesting as I learn about the balance of light and dark. And as I learn about myself and the things that I've done in lifetimes before. There are some of us who have been through this numerous times, like more times than we care to remember. But it gets different when you're here for a reason, and when you get your calling card that you're here for a reason, and you get a little tidbit of what you need to do. They don't always give it to you all at once. Probably because you would back down, or you would opt out, or whatever it's called. But I want to also talk about, I'm so glad people don't get all goo goo gaga over the twin flame shit anymore. Like, you wouldn't be so excited if you ever actually really met a twin flame, because that's not meant for a love connection. That is meant for superior and supreme growth within a soul. A twin flame stretches you in ways that you don't want to imagine. Like, for instance, could you imagine a divine soul opting to be a dark soul? I mean, honestly, if it's your twin, right? And you're thinking it's supposed to be a love connection, of which is not true, because you have many different types of twin flames, and people just get caught up on the bullshit romance that they get here in the 3D realm. That shit wouldn't last 2 seconds in a higher realm. Like, what we think of as love here on this plane is laughable. It's laughable. We're talking about, let me stay centered. I'm going to leave that alone. But anywho, if on this plane your twin flame decides to give you up or do some other kind of shit because they get caught up in a lower level, a low-hanging fruit like sex. And it's not even the good kind of sex. It's not even sacred energy exchange. It's the low-level bullshit of sex. So they get caught up in debauchery and being dark and reveling in the darkness. And then they try to sell you out for a karmic. But not only do they try to sell you out, they want to steal your gifts in your abundance and give it to a karmic. How does that work? New wine in old skin, idiot. You can't take... Oh my gosh, I'm going to calm down. You cannot take a divine being's gift and put it inside a ratchet body. Okay? It's just not going to work. The body probably wouldn't even take the transfer. You're laughable. You're all laughable. It's like you can't even get mad because it's like everybody's here with and for a purpose. So you just got to let it play out. And you just got to wish for and pray for everyone to play their ratchet little parts so you can get on with the business. Do you understand what I'm saying? And by getting on with the business, I mean do what it is that you came here to do. Sometimes, depending on who you are, you're signaled on what was done and why things were done, and when it's your time to move, or you'll know it gets closer when this happens or that happens. It's not something that's said to you or something that you're shown. It's just something you know from within yourself that is. It just is. It's just like people with all this fear bullshit that they peddle. And it's just like knowing when you're at a place, say you work at a job, right? But you were placed at that job because someone there needs to do something before something else happens. It's like when I was a kid, I used to love the show. What was it called? It was called Twilight Zone. So there would be these time travelers, right? And they'd have to go back to a certain specific spot in time. And granted, and they could only be in this specific spot of time for a certain amount of time. So they would have to hit it just right. And then they would have to meet a specific person and impress upon that specific person what they need to do and give them a message from the future, and hope and pray that this person would do what they are supposed to do in order to save humanity or the future, whatever, blah, 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 right? So you get in, you impress upon the person that you're trying to meet or that you're supposed to meet this dire straits, what do you want to call it, issue from the future. And you hope this person doesn't think you're a slam cold fool, but listens to you and does something better or different to assure the future, right? But you're always supposed to be in the present, right? That's what they tell us, right? But here's the thing. We are simultaneously and always living the past, present, and the future all at one damn time. So how is it people aren't getting confused with this thought or with this, thought? Because it could be just a perceptual thing. I don't know. Or maybe I'm having one of those nights where I'm not going to let myself sleep because I'm pondering about all these many different things in my head. Like my third eye or first eye or whatever is ablaze right now. And I'm sitting here because I'm like, Um, Someone was telling me that they saw a shooting star the other night. I was like, yeah, I've seen a couple of those in my lifetime. But damn, the one night that I'm not out looking in the sky and you see a shooting star. So, and it wasn't me begrudging. I was just like, dang, I missed it. What was I doing? Oh, I was sleeping. I just feel like things are going to step up this year. And I'm trying to be where I'm supposed to be, if that makes sense. And be happy with being there. So, like a 16-year-old girl, I'm getting so excited. I'm so, like, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like I'm outside of myself watching myself while trying to revel in and enjoy myself. I don't know how to explain what's going on with me, but anywho, I'm having a bit of an identity crisis with my personal style. So, I'm trying to launch something specific for myself, but at the same time, I'm feeling like I'm out of touch. Like, I feel like all of January has been a blur. I've been feverishly working on things, but then I miss important calls and things that I need to be keeping up with. And which reminds me, I'll probably make that call in the morning and touch bases with people that I haven't returned their calls to find out what's going on. I feel like I've been holding my breath the whole time while I was talking. But anywho, when I tell you great things are going to happen for some, not so great for others, but that's just the way of the world, right? Don't be concerned with other people and don't let them make you feel guilty. People are going to say things like, nobody's better than anyone else. Nobody said anyone was better. Just because you hear the word chosen, that sparked some kind of something inside of you. That triggered you. So you got to dig into that and find out why you're triggered by that. That's not a me thing or anybody else thing. That's a you thing. You figure out why you're triggered by someone calling themselves chosen or beloved or any other name. That has absolutely nothing to do with you. But for some reason, you're triggered and you felt a need to say, I just want to make it clear, nobody's no better than anybody else. Who are you talking to? If you have somebody to talk to, say it to their face. We don't want to hear it. Or sit down and shut up. Because let's just say, if you're the only one triggered, you're the only one triggered. So you should be directing that towards someone. Okay? In this world right now, you're going to find out soon all this fake pretense and bullshit and playing nice to get along with everyone else. This shit isn't going to fly anymore. We're in an era that is going to flush out a lie and make all speakers tell the truth. And this fake facade of pretending that you're a nice person while you're allowing your brother-in-law, sister-in-law, or your best friend to fuck around at your house on their spouse, all that shit begets karma. And then you go to church and you scream and holler like, oh, Lordy, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, baby Jesus, for saving my life. Who are you kidding? Baby Jesus saw you when you let your pastor use your house to fuck his whore. How you think his wife would feel if she knew? Like, come on, let's get serious around here. Let's stop saying, oh, this is okay, but that's not. It's okay for this one to do whatever they want to do. It's okay for gays to be gays in these girl boys to be girl boys and not tell anybody. And then now he killed the girl boy and now he's going to prison. Why would he do that? Why would she lie about who she was? This world is being turned upside down, okay? It's being turned upside down. And the moral of the story is just tell the truth. But nobody can tell the truth, so they want all the truth talkers to shut up. Shh, be quiet. Don't say that. And all the while, they don't like the fact that you looking at them and you being your authentic self is shining a light on that bullshit inside them. So they want to be like, you're no special than anybody else. Nobody ever said they were. And even if they did, who cares? As my granny always used to say, don't nothing scream louder than a poked pig. Y'all have a nice night. Namaste.